Welcome to Strong Women Part 1. So Friday the 21st of January 2022. Our first piece tonight is called Once More Unto the Beach by Ken Pruce. It's performed by Barbara Ashworth, Dana Hall and Rachel Beach.
Mom, what are you doing out here?
Sipping tea, looking at the stars, listening to the waves.
I thought you were in bed.
I've been in bed enough. That's why I asked you girls to bring me to the beach. One last time.
Don't say it like...
Oh, it's fine, dear. I'm at peace with it. What are you doing with your dinner?
Oh, I was going to eat out on the deck.
See any of the cats yet? Mom?
Girls,
You didn't tell her, did you?
tell me what? Come on, out with it. I don't have time for secrets anymore.
Well, whenever we're here, Lexi and I leave food out for the strays that live under the pier.
My tuna surprise. But you girls love it.
Yeah, not so much.
Surprise!
And the truth comes out.
Well, it's not like we hate it. It's just we...
Relax. It's fine. Oh, come on, sit with me. And pass the wine.
I was just bringing it to Misty. I wasn't gonna drink any.
Busted.
Oh, God, I miss this stuff.
You can't.
I know.
'Cause of the pills, right?
My doctor says it'll make me feel worse to mix them. So you drink now.
She's almost 21.
But I don't. Not really. I mean, I have a little since you got sick.
I told her it'd be okay tonight.
So you're contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, really?
You won't remember this, but freshman year of high school, I had a bad report card, and you wouldn't let me go to a big party.
I was in my strict phase.
And I was in my rebellious one. You worked late that night, so I snuck out.
And what does that have to do with your sister?
I drove her there and back. I even went by the diner and let out air out of one of your tires to make sure we got home first.
I broke a finger using the tire iron in the rain that night.
We didn't count on that.
You counted on each other, though. That's what matters. Shows me how much you care for one another. It means a lot that you're being honest.
Well, in that case, remember that heart necklace that disappeared?
Granddad bought it for Grandma on their honeymoon.
You told us. Anyway, I was kind of obsessed with that movie Titanic back then.
We all were. It was our girls' night in go-to.
So I borrowed the necklace when we went on that little cruise to the Bahamas.
Did you wear it to boat prom? I bet that looked lovely.
Actually, I blew off boat prom and I wore it while a guy I met on the deck painted me naked.
Well, I bet that looked lovely too.
You can see for yourself if you want. It's all over the internet.
So, what happened to the necklace?
I caught her with it and wanted to be like Rose too.
You didn't pose naked.
Mom, I was mean? I dropped it overboard like the old lady in the movie and watched it sink.
Well, I'm letting go of things from the past. You just got an early start. You know, this feels good. This unburdening of secrets. What else have you got?
Come on, Mom. You know how much we love you. It's not like we spent our whole lives hiding things that we didn't want.
I've got something. In middle school, I used to sneak sips from your bottles of margarita mix because I thought it was actual alcohol.
And where were you after school when you should have been watching your sister?
If we're being honest, I was probably in my bedroom taking selfies in various stages of undress.
Mm. You always were artistic. Anything else?
Junior year, I said I stayed after school for tutoring. I really had a month-long detention for getting caught with Adderall. It was just for exams, though.
You were taking pills to help you study?
I was selling pills for cash to buy test answers, but only because I cared about my grades.
We all do foolish things at high school.
Oh, I got arrested spring break senior year. I showed a little too much during the teeny bikini contest.
Why didn't the police contact me?
Well, because I showed a little bit more during the ride to the station.
You both take pride in doing your best. I will never be upset if you're willing to.
My friend Masher, who I'm always texting, is really my weed dealer.
I have body piercings in places I will never let either one of you see.
I sell Kinder eggs on the dark web.
I lied about the dancing I did in college.
Jazz and tap?
It was more like pole and lap.
I think she's saying she was a stripper.
Technically, I was naked the whole time, so there was actually no stripping involved. I made good money every night.
Just don't ask her where she tucked it.
You're beautiful and talented and confident.
All my secrets involve me getting naked, though.
All mine involve illegal substances.
Well, I encourage you both to follow your passions.
What about you, Mom?
I don't have any passions anymore.
No, I mean secrets. Anything you want to let go of?
I don't think so.
Come on, it'll be good for you and fun. We'll share more too. Misty might surprise us with a story where she's at least partially dressed.
Well, I'll do that right now. I am a compulsive shoplifter.
What have you stolen?
Well, we know it's not clothes.
Makeup, sunglasses, cell phones, a couple of cars, a kidney.
I have a gambling addiction, poker, fantasy sports, an underground fight club for runaway teens.
Fine, I'll go. I never read any of the novels in my book group. I Googled summaries online and only went for the wine and the gossip.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
It was actually. Some of those summaries were written by idiots.
I meant confessing. Come on, keep going. It can't hurt anything to do it now.
Baxter Bunny didn't run away when you were 5. I put him in the backyard because he was stinking up the house. And he was snatched by a hawk.
Well, that one stings a little.
Well, you encouraged her to be honest.
I slept with your high school boyfriend.
Kevin?
I thought his name was Eric.
No, Eric was the algebra tutor Lexi had a crush on.
Right. I slept with both of them.
I can't believe you did that.
Me neither. I should never let them talk me into that threesome. We certainly shouldn't have filmed it. I actually lost money on the DVD sales.
Okay, Mom. Wow, okay. I think that's enough. You know, we should just
Oh, no, no. You girls are right. This is good for me. This is good for us. Let's keep going. Let's get it out. Grant your dying mother final request here. Who's next?
well, I got a nose job with a credit card I took out in my roommate's name.
I hired a prostitute to seduce my ethics professor, then blackmailed him for a better grade.
Oh, I ran over a stalker, dug a grave in the desert, and then bludgeoned him with a shovel when he woke up mid-burial.
I'm in a cult that worships Satan.
I have a tattoo that praises Nickelback.
Well, in the last presidential election, I voted for.
Mom!
Oh, no.
Oh.
We have made some questionable choices.
Unquestionably.
Well, it's all my doing. The decisions, the deceptions. You've obviously learned it from me.
Well, you can't take the blame.
Blame? I'm taking the credit. You learn to do what you love, to get what you need to make choices and move on. I couldn't be prouder. I could be drunker, though. I'm headed down to the shore.
Mom!
You'll be fine without me.
What's she doing?
Not sure, but her back is turned. Give me the wine.
She's going in the water. What is she thinking? It's
Symbolic? She's using the sea to wash away her sins. It's a rebirth in a sense. Meeting the waves head on and rising from the foam like Venus on the half.
I'm pretty sure she's just drowning herself.
Yeah, that's a better guess. Do we rescue her?
Probably not what she would want. And probably a little late.
Who do we call? The police? The Coast Guard? The surface we met at Liquor City?
A late night party to honor Mom's memory.
If we notice she's gone in the morning, the guys will be perfect for recovering the body.
Mom would want us to do what we love.
To get what we need.
To make choices and move on.
I'll text Masha for weed and Farge the house for pills. To Mom.
To Mom. Hey, it's Misty. Grab some booze and your surfboards. We're having a bash at the beach house. Seriously. My mom would want us to.
Hey, you may as well leave it on, Rachel. Fantastic. Audience, do you want to just jump on ever so quickly? Wow.
Can we ditch that phone somewhere?
Wow, fantastic. And even more fantastic when you realise that Rachel just jumped in yesterday.
Well done.
And they just had, like, so as a group, as a cast, one read through, and that was really, really good. Well done. So, Ken, are you there? Nikki Collins said it was really good. Yeah, any audience feedback in the chat would be brilliant, because obviously we haven't got time for that. We'd love writer feedback though, if Ken's there. Is he there? Has he gone off?
And just said, bravo, well done. Thank you for the work. Ken has an amazing way of writing these characters you fall in love with.
Oh,
And
there
then,
he is.
and then he gives you these twists at the end that are usually pretty heartbreaking. So thanks for letting us work on your show, Ken. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Yes, thank you for that. That was a very emotional piece. And as you said, really, really lovely characters, and the dynamics between the three of them, just beautiful. So wonderfully performed. Thank you. Right, we're going to move on to second piece. We'll leave all the chat there so you can always catch up with feedback. So our second piece tonight, we don't have Andrea still, do we?
Oh, she's not turned up yet.
No, if you can chase her, that would be great. And
I've sent a
otherwise-
message. She
Okay,
hasn't read it.
or she's been hit by a truck.
Oh.
And then she'd be forgiven for not reading the message. So let's move on. Oh, absolutely tons of messages in the chat, which is wonderful. We're going to move on then to The Kiss by George Sapio. Is it a hard A? Is it Sapio or Sapio?
Today it's Sapio.
I like Sapio then. We'll go with Sapio. Fantastic. And it is performed by George himself, Alison, Claire, and Megan. It sounds like two people, doesn't it? Alison Claire and Megan Chase.
Okay. At Rise, a sailor bent over a nurse, holding her in the classic position of Eisenstadt's The Kiss photograph. We hear 4 camera shutter clicks in rapid succession. Offstage, we hear the photographer, "Yes, fantastic!" The tableau breaks. The soldier straightens up and releases the nurse, who staggers, trying to catch her breath. The soldier exults, "Yay! Hooray! All right!" The sailor leans in to kiss her again, but the nurse brings her knee up into his crotch. The sailor crumples to the pavement. The photographer enters, carrying a camera.
Stop! Stop! Are you insane?
Did you see what he did to me?
Well, of course I did. He kissed you. So what?
So what?
Well, in case you hadn't noticed, young lady, we're celebrating the end of the war. You are supposed to be celebrating.
Excuse me.
You just assaulted a sailor, a hero.
I assaulted him.
You just need that poor guy in the
Damn right I did. You saw what he did to me.
He was just kissing you.
Just kissing me. He grabbed me and
Yeah, he kissed you. And it was perfect.
perfect.
Yep, I've been waiting for this shot all day.
What?
Well, I've been following him for almost 6 blocks.
Waiting for him to assault someone.
Lady, I didn't have to wait. Another boy here's been grabbing every woman he could catch. What are you talking about? Assault. He was kissing.
You've been watching him, following him for 6 blocks while he... How many women has he kissed?
Well, I don't know. Who cares? About a dozen, maybe?
A dozen.
Oh, lady, what is your problem?
You've been following him for 6 blocks while he grabbed and assaulted a dozen women.
Lady, I don't know if you heard, but the war is over. We are celebrating. Get it? Hey, buddy, you okay?
Oh!
So what the war is over gives him the right to just grab women he sees and kiss them.
Oh, you bet your sweet lips, baby. This band and the rest of the homecoming soldiers are heroes. And that kiss was the one I was waiting for. You owe him an apology.
An apology?
Yes, at least.
At least?
Lady, where have you been? Without him and his fellow soldiers, we'd all be speaking Japanese by now.
I don't believe this. So you've been following him, watching him kiss young women for 6 blocks?
Well, actually, I was running ahead of him, which wasn't easy. You think it's easy to run backwards on these streets?
You're a moron.
Oh, I'm a photographer, and my job is to get the shot, whatever it takes.
Those poor women.
Lady, you're the only one who's complained. The grandmother on 46th Street he put it up on was definitely not unhappy. It took him half a block to shake her off, actually.
He kissed a grandmother.
He's been kissing everything that wasn't a guy. He kissed a couple of 6-year-olds.
Oh my God.
I thought it would make a great shot, but he hadn't bent over too far. I was hoping he'd grab one and lift her up to kiss her, but he didn't.
Too bad.
Now you get it.
All I got, you creep, is a bad taste in my mouth. All he had for breakfast was cheap whiskey and cigarettes.
Lady, I'm sorry you can't support your country's troops by rejoicing that the war is over, but that's your problem. Unlike you, I consider myself lucky. I found this soldier, I followed him, and he gave me the shot of shots. There's one of you in here. I know it's going to be a classic. You wait and see. Some broads, geez.
Oh, holy crap, lady. What'd you have to do that for?
He didn't like that you kissed her. Oh, come on. Let's get you a bench or something.
There's no reason to do that. Oh.
You think it was okay to grab me like that and force a kiss on me?
Force?
Force.
Come on.
Force. You didn't ask. You just grabbed me.
Oh, holy crap, lady. It wasn't anything. It was just a kiss. Oh, good God.
This jerk tells me he's been following you all over town, watching you grab women and kiss them.
Yeah. I'm happy.
You do that every time you're happy?
What?
Do you? Every time you're happy? Run amok like a sex-starved felon on parole?
Oh, come on. I didn't do anything wrong.
Jeez, cut the poor guy some slack, will you?
You're a pig.
And you're a prude. Jeez, lady. You need to get a boyfriend or something. It's just a stupid kiss.
I want an apology.
You want a what?
An apology.
He don't owe you nothing, lady.
Oh.
You're overreacting. Why don't you just get lost? Sailor, you don't know it, but I think the photo I took of you and this lady here, I think it's going to be remarkable.
You took a photo?
What a photo. It was perfect. You holding her over like that, planting a big one on her lips. Perfect. Amazing.
You want an apology.
For Christ's sakes. Okay. I apologize. You happy? Hey, can I get a copy of that photo?
Oh, no problem. Just give me your address and I'll send you a print. Least I can do for a hero like you.
Hey, thanks.
That was not an apology.
Well, it's all you're going to get. All right? Now, will you get lost?
You're worse than that, pig. To think you can take assault
Look who's talking about assault. Lady, that knee of yours almost crippled me.
That was self-defense.
Oh, good God.
Lady, what the hell do you want from me?
An apology.
I gave you one.
That was not an apology. That was you trying to dismiss me. You have no idea what you're doing, do you? Running around like a madman.
Lady, huh? I'm just happy to be alive, okay? I was due to ship out again in 3 days. Back to the Pacific. Now I don't have to. Get it? I made it. I survived. I can rattle off the names of 20 guys I shipped out with who didn't make it. So I grabbed a few kisses. So what? I never thought I'd get those kisses. I would lay awake every night, night after night, hoping and praying I'd get back safe and in one piece. I'm alive. I made it. So if I steal a few kisses, big deal. I deserve them.
For what it's worth, sailor, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Lady's nuts.
And you are nothing but a scavenger and a thug.
Oh, geez.
Watching him subject random women to his undersexed, clumsy, hapless groping, and you think that's what? Art. God, you're sad.
You don't know what you're talking about. I've been doing this for years.
That just makes it worse. You don't even have the slightest idea about what the meaning of art is, do you? You think a mugging is art?
You got a better idea?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh, this I gotta hear.
Will you take another photograph?
Maybe. What you got in mind?
Will you consent to another kiss?
Geez, lady, you kind of scare me. You really hurt me with that knee.
Women must know how to defend themselves. So you don't want another kiss then?
Hey, guy. She's a looker.
And that's just it, right? A
That's
kiss.
it. That's it. You try anything else.
I get it. Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure, why not?
The nurse reaches for the sailor as he starts to open his arms. She grabs him by his collar, places a knee behind his leg, and tips him backwards, catching him in her arms. The sailor flails around for a second, then stops as the nurse places her lips on his and starts to kiss him. The kiss lasts for 8 seconds, and it is clear this is no ordinary chaste kiss. The tableau resembles the first identically, except for the switching of positions. Suddenly she stops, steps back, and stands the sailor up. Sailor is stunned both by her handling of him and the intensity of the kiss.
Now, you know why me kissing him makes a better shot? Because I'm the one initiating it. I'm the one stealing the kiss. Know what that means? It means the women of this country are grateful to the soldiers, that we're happy they came home safe, that we have been waiting and hoping and praying every day that our husbands and brothers and fathers and sons will step off those boats and grab us and hold us and never let us go again. It's better than another example of some overstimulated grunt taking something from someone else. That's why it's a better shot. Because we're glad you made it home safe. Want to know why I'm not down at the docks when they unload? Because my fiance is not coming back. He's not going to come down that gangplank and into my arms. Get it? I don't feel the urge to celebrate. If you have any brains or guts, you'll use the photograph I just gave you because it tells a much better story than the ones you scavenged. Now, I'm going home. Please excuse me.
Lady, Lady! Listen, I didn't know. I was just, I'm sorry.
Accepted.
I didn't know.
How are you supposed to? Don't worry about it, kid. You made it home, and that's all that counts. You did your job. You fought off the enemy, and a grateful country thanks you.
You gonna use the one of her kissing me?
Are you kidding? Hell no. I only took it so she could get another kiss for her. She wasn't bad looking. Son, you deserve everything you can get.
But she was right. It makes a better shot.
Nah. A woman? Manhandling a guy like that? No. No paper in town would print that. No. I know a winner when I see one. Take care, kid.
Photographer exits. The sailor looks away in the distance. End of play.
Another powerful piece. Well done.
Very
Fabulous.
powerful.
Very much so. And very well performed. Well done. Thank you all. And George, some feedback and feedback and your perspective as writer and actor.
Thank you both, Allison and Megan. You guys did an amazing job. This came out of a prompt from something a number of years ago when I was teaching Playwriting 101, and I gave everybody a prompt, and they said, well, you're going to do it too, right? And I was like, sure. So I pulled another thing out of the hat, and it was the kiss. And since I've been a photographer most of my life, this was the first thing that came to mind because this is such a famous photograph.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was what would happen, because like I said, photographs, can tell a story, but is it actually the right story?
Exactly. When it's shot from a different angle,
yeah,
something completely different.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and that bit at the end, and we actually find out more about the nurse.
We all, well, both Megan and I said that we felt quite tearful when we were reading that. When Megan was reading out, it was really quite emotional.
Yeah, it's like it couldn't have ended any other way. If it stopped just about the reversing of the photo, it'd have been okay. Well, yeah, fair enough. But it was that really made the impact, wasn't it?
I fully choke up reading it because I know it's coming, and it's like I get this lump in the back of my throat reading it out. Like it's so. Thank you, George, because it's such a wonderful piece to have a go at. I mean,
thank you. You had me tearing up. I'm just listening to it. I was like, oh my gosh. That mono is being published in the best monologues of 2021 from Smith and Krause, and the play is being published in the best short plays, also by Smith and Krause last year. So.
Bravo!
Fantastic! Well done. Brilliant. Well, we have started the night on two really good quality pieces, and we have Andrea now, so we can go back to running order. Rachel's done her clappy icon emoji thing. Spend half the night trying to figure out how to take it down again. Okay, so we've got Empires next. Empires by Jeff Dunn. Now, it is actually a full-length play, but we've decided to take an extract from two scenes, isn't it? Is that an extract from two scenes? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
These two characters. So I Shall Disappear. So it's Empires by Jeff Dunn, performed by Andrea Kovacs and Karen Campbell.
I see you've been enjoying the stew. Quite a difficult choice, I imagine. Starve and risk being too weak to take advantage if an opportunity presents itself. Or eat and prolong the situation. Well, it sounds like there'll be more stew ready in a few hours.
You sick bitch.
Oh, well done. Oh, you are a prize. Do you know, no one has ever held out this long before, not even by half.
I'm going to kill you.
By I, you mean we. And no, you're not. But keep those spirits up, there's a good gal.
You are a blood-sucking whore.
Well, you think me that stupid that I would kill you over an insult? At last you disappoint me. How would you like to play a game? Here's how it works. You tell me your name, and I'll give you the rest. Now you're thinking, what have I got to lose? I've already given up on the cold silence, and now I can give her any name I like. But if the name you give me doesn't match one of the two that we've narrowed it down to, well, you'll get to hear 3 women screaming in agony while you don't sleep.
I'll pass.
Well, unfortunately, that doesn't match either name. But I'll give you another try, since I hadn't kept up my end of the bargain yet. Here, you have a drink.
You
Enjoy.
really are an evil bastard.
Name.
How can you look at yourself in the mirror?
Name.
Genevieve.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, Genevieve, daughter of Merith and Darren. Oh, yes, we know.
Is there not a single redeeming thing about you?
Oh, you think you can change the subject with insults? You think that you are untouchable because your parents are already dead? But I know what you're like. The affection you build for those who have been part of your life.
We're all prepared to die.
Well, you're prepared to die. The others were prepared to die. Yes. I did think about holding the promise of their lives over you for leverage. But you and I, we need to be honest with each other in all things. See, isn't it better this way? I tell you the truth, and then you're free to let your feelings show. And as a reward, I tell you this, they died well, fierce and capable. In fact, had we not known how skilled they were from the way you fought, we might have gone with too few troops to emerge victorious. So I suppose, when you consider it, I owe you my thanks.
You're in league with the devil.
Interesting. Now, what makes you say something like that?
There is no other way that God would permit a creature like you to exist.
No, do you really think God gives a damn about who, what, and how? Oh, how quaint. You know, if I thought you were a religious woman, this would have gone differently. But you're not, are you?
God does not need me to defend him.
I'm not sure you even believe in God, an assassin of the Lord. Not your style.
It'll just have to remain a mystery to you.
Oh, but it's no mystery to me at all. You see, There are only a handful of options, and they all lead to the same conclusion. If there is no God, then we are on our own. Or perhaps there is a God and he simply doesn't care, in which case we are, again, on our own. Or maybe he does care and he sits on a high throne, racked with guilt and anguish over the cruelties that permeate our world. Yet he does nothing. Omnipotent? I think not. Impotent. And still we arrive at the same conclusion. We are on our own.
I wouldn't expect a sign of evil like you to understand.
Oh dear. You mean, well, you think I might be an awful person? Oh no. Perhaps I truly should reconsider my life. You disappoint me a second time, Genevieve of Meracia. I thought you an intelligent woman, a worthy adversary and a worthy ally. Perhaps I should have killed you. I have no use for stupidity.
Do it.
Waste not, want not.
You should kill me, actually. If not, I'll destroy you.
Oh, really? Will you?
I can't think of a better way to die.
Well, you're right there. You will die. Well, we all die. But first, you will serve me.
If you think I would ever help you in the slightest way.
Save it. If I want you to help me, you will help me. Poor information leads to poor decisions, and I control everything, you know. But I don't need another pawn. I don't want another pawn. I want a general.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I join you.
Again with the religion, hell, heaven, God, devil. If it all takes a cold day in hell, that's fine by me. Winter's not that far away, and I am a patient woman.
You think forging a hell in this world justifies your acts? Let me be the one to break it to you. It don't work that way.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't work that way. You think me the devil? You see me an agent of evil? Open your eyes, assassin. I'm a woman, much like you. You want to see the wellspring of evil? Well, look inside, or on the streets, at your fellow woman, or in a church. This world begets evil. Your God who created it, who created us in his likeness. There's your source of evil. You don't believe me. No, you think the Empress, she's the one to blame. She hurts people. She sucks away the goodness in their life. You sit there in your cell and lament how you've been wronged and how everybody's been wronged. You feel superior and enlightened. But what you fail to recognize is that I have given you that.
You are a sick, delusional viper.
And you are a meek, deluded lamb, holding on to a comfortable fantasy because it makes you happy, not caring in the slightest that it's just a dream. I rule, and in doing so, I delineate the grays. Do you know how many people die each month now compared to a decade ago? I have replaced squabbling with purpose. People need constraints, and I provide them.
You provide fear.
Yes, yes, at last we agree. But what is fear if not a woman's cage? Limits, boundaries. People need boundaries. Without them, they'll destroy themselves.
People need hope.
Hope. People have hope. Hope is like a weed. It always returns. You couldn't take it away if you tried. And that's what's so nice about it. It grows everywhere, from the fairest Eden to the darkest, most poisonous soil. Look at you, captive, tortured, rotting away in a dungeon. You could have stopped eating. You'd be dead by now, but you endure. Why? Hope. One guard looking the wrong way at the wrong time. A slither of metal from the torture chamber that you can conceal just long enough to hurl into my eye. Hope. It flourishes in you, the barest hint that all the pain will be worth it if you can just.
And you seek to destroy it at every man.
Do I? Is your hope gone?
Every moment in your torture chamber fuels my hope.
Indeed. I know it does.
Do you deny what your soldiers do? Could you be so blind as to think that they inspire hope?
Now, why in the world would I want to let weeds overgrow Eden? One weed in the darkness is quite a different situation than an entire empire overrun with them. Think of my troops as gardeners. The lands must be tended.
Do you really believe this rhetoric? You can't be that stupid.
Neither can you. That's why I intend to show you the truth.
Your truth is
The truth. Plain and simple. Comfort begets misery. Hate me for it if you must, but I didn't make it that way. You can blame your almighty God for that. The world is as it is. I am no more villain than a wolf that kills a deer. Nature's cruel assassin. You should know that by now.
the wolf doesn't kill needlessly.
Neither do I.
You don't seem worried. You should be.
Uprising, revolts, they are like the swell of the tide. The day they stop, that's when I'll worry.
Most people would say you've got it backwards.
That's why I rule and they serve.
Why don't you tell me these things?
Because you have the capacity to understand. Someday you will be my general and I think you'd be rather effective.
You're wrong. That's not what I meant. Why do you tell me what's happening in the world?
Why wouldn't I? I have an opportunity to gain and nothing to lose.
Suppose I were devising a plan of escape. This might help me identify a moment of opportunity.
Well, I expect you to be constantly devising and revising a plan of escape. You'd be quite the disappointment otherwise. But as for it providing you the key to your freedom, that's not likely. You and the rest of the world are separable problems now. That's why I so enjoy our time together.
I'm separable.
A ruler craves separable problems. Society is an intricate machine, a grand playing board that is carefully balanced on the head of a pin, and every lever pulled on the gears in some unique way. Raise a tax here, merchants' shifts over there, farmers squabble to fill the gaps, and suddenly your governors start fixing things on their own. Overseeing an empire is like juggling thousands of balls with each one tied to 20 others. It's almost enough to drive a woman mad. And then fate, brings me you, an unexpected gift delivered right to my doorstep. A diamond in a lockbox. Challenge, reward, a self-contained puzzle independent from everything else.
Maybe it's more than enough to drive a woman mad.
Indeed, but not this woman.
You'd be the last one to know.
I'd certainly be the last one to care, but you're wrong. I'd be the first to know. Rest assured, my friend, there's no one I scrutinize more carefully than myself.
Hardly seems possible to watch yourself more closely than you watch me, unless you've found some clever way to stir up your own arse.
Mhm. I have servants to do that for me.
So, what are you going to do?
Checkmate you, of course,
I wasn't talking about this.
and neither was I.
The revolt. What will you do about the revolt?
What would you do?
It's not my problem.
Well, you think I'm here for civic advice? Please.
If there's even a shred of possibility that some thought I might help you, I'd sooner die than share it.
You're a coward.
And you're a fool.
You won't even try to solve the problem out of fear that it might lead you to agree with me on something.
And you think that someday I'd actually agree with you on something.
Oh, it's not me you'd be agreeing with. They're not my rules. I did not create them. I simply understand human nature, and the rest falls into place.
Understand human nature? You're barely human at all. Humans feel. You feel nothing. People care and love and cry. Is there anything you care about? Do you ever lose control over anything?
It bothers you that I value reason over emotion? Interesting. And was it emotion that brought you here? Did you wake up one morning enthralled with a burning fury and storm off to assassinate the evil empress? Or did you plan it out, step by step? What skills? What resources? What path is most likely to succeed? Check.
So what are you going to do?
I'll let the revolt run its course for another 2 weeks. Earlier on, my soldiers will incarcerate, punish, and eventually kill some innocent people. That will enrage the populace.
What?
Well, there's no point to a brush fire if it doesn't clear out some undergrowth.
But
you've had your chance to speak and you declined. Once the people are passionate and focused, we'll begin to raid more precisely. True dissidents, the ones who are now emboldened to stand and fight, they will be killed. About 2 months from now, the leaders of the revolt will come forth. They'll talk of how they've been misled.
How could you possibly know this?
It's your move.
You started it.
Where the leaders will claim that they were not really in charge, merely the rooks and knights of the true masterminds.
And who? The ones incarcerated at the beginning? The innocent people?
Oh, and so the uprising fades like an ebbing tide that has deposited its dissident flotsam on the shore before retreating to the sea.
The people?
Well, the people return to their homes. They sit around their evening fires and nurse their guilt for wrongfully hating the empress in those early weeks. Look what we've done, they'll say. If we had but known, perhaps the other lives would not have been lost. It's a win all round the hen house. Guilt makes the chickens docile once more, and they return to laying eggs for the empire. The foxes stirred to action have been identified and eliminated, and the so-called leaders are never seen again. A fine reminder to everyone of what can happen when you stand against the empire.
It's
Thank you.
a lie. It's all a lie.
Of course it's a lie. What's your point?
The point is that you kill innocent people to further your own ends. You manipulate them, you leave them wallowing in guilt just so.
There. See? See what emotions will do to your thinking if you let them run amok. Will innocent people die? Yes. But who is feeling guilty? The people who rose up against the empire? Let's look at little William Wheelwright and Charles Candlemaker. If they joined into a rebellion, should they feel not guilty? And if they didn't, are they not rightly rewarded with a moral high ground over their neighbours?
Innocent people die.
And again, I ask, what's your point?
It's not right.
It's not right. Oh, do tell, assassin, what is right? I simply can't help but wonder at your basis of comparison. Still your move.
It's called compassion. Perhaps you've heard of it? Check.
Compassion, Geraldine, is an emotion, not a doctrine of conduct. Does the lion feel compassion for the gazelle? Perhaps, but she still eats it.
It's not the same.
It's exactly the same.
A lion kills to survive. A lion doesn't want to waste what it kills.
You need to expand your thinking. You imply that I kill needlessly, but that is not true. Is this really all about meat to you? Would it all be fine to you if rather than letting the families bury their loved ones, I fed the carcasses to my hunting dogs?
What gives you the right to decide who lives or dies?
I'm the Empress.
That's no answer. Yes, you're the Empress, but I say that means you have an obligation to protect people, not to hurt them.
I do protect people. With a few surgical deaths, I prevent hundreds or thousands more. Some people would say that a purposeful death is the ultimate gift. Is that not your very situation? Did you not come here to trade your life for mine?
Yes, but I made that choice. You ask those victims if they were willing to die for your greater cause. Do you give them a choice?
That's so noble, but the world doesn't work like that. Does a lioness ask a gazelle if it's willing to die to feed her cubs? Nature does not recognize sympathy.
Every time it comes to morality, you duck your head under the covers and cry, "It's not my fault, it's not my fault."
I rule, but it's the world that makes the rules. You seek fairness?
Yes.
Then steel yourself of disappointment. Fairness? Nothing more than a fairy tale for the people who cannot comprehend balance.
You know, I think I finally understand.
Do you?
You're no emperor, you're a steward.
You can't change the nature of the world.
How would you know? You don't even try.
You're a fool.
And you're a coward. It's your move. Do you concede?
You've already lost. It's mate in 3. See if you can figure it out.
Great. We haven't got Jeff with us tonight, unfortunately. So we won't have writer feedback, but we can have audience and actor feedback. So audience feedback in the chat, if that's okay. And actors, how did you feel performing that piece?
Yeah, all right. All
Yeah,
right.
all right.
All right.
All right, about the characters or the situation?
The characters, because I know this was written for men, wasn't it?
Mm.
And you wanted a female slant, well, obviously strong women, a female slant on it. So yeah, we just
Think it works?
yeah. Do you think that, Andrea?
Andrea's on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
She probably said something really profound and now she won't remember it. You're still on mute. Oh, here we go.
Yes, I did think it worked. Yes, I did. I think Karen's character is very strong and manipulative, and sometimes I think the women are very good at that. You know, that mind games, isn't it? It's all about mind games here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's something that could suit female characters. I think probably more. It's almost like it's automatic to sort of write it with males in mind. But yeah, some of the things that were said and the way that she was using those mind games, I just thought,
yeah, because you just don't know.
Too clever for a man.
But you don't know what's going to happen next.
No.
Because I think that's part of it, you know. It's because
have you read the whole play?
No.
We've
only had that bit that we got set. Well, bit is quite long, but tomorrow night we're doing it the other way round, but our characters will be very different.
That would be really interesting to see.
Won't it?
Fantastic. Won't it?
Thank you.
I think it's a nice correlation between the beginning bit, the dialogue, and then the which probably didn't see very well, but the game of chess comes in, and that's a strategic game. So your verbal is strategic, and then halfway through it changes to the chess game, which is also a strategic, winning over on the characters as winning over on the pieces, isn't it?
And these references to nature all the time.
Yeah,
animals and the natural world. I like the way you set it as well, just with the black. It's really, really nice. And that lighting, wherever you've got your light.
Yeah, just a little ring light there. Yeah,
I just really like that. Okay, we're going to move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to, I'm so excited. It's my play. Yay. So it's going to be Hope. And this was a play, well, it wasn't really a play. It was like these characters and this little bit of dialogue that was going around in my head while I was lying in bed trying to go to sleep. And I thought, right, I'm not going to get to sleep. I need to go downstairs, write it down, and then I can go back to sleep. And I'm not going to say I really like these characters, but I really found them interesting. So this is Hope, and it's performed by David Chappell and Katie Cook.
Simon, is that you?
Of course it's me. Who else would it be?
You've been ages. You said you were just...
I know, yeah, sorry. There was a craft fair today at the church, so I dropped in. I got something for you.
Oh, really? Let me see.
Here, I knew you'd like it, so I got it.
I hope it wasn't too expensive.
No, look, it's nothing special. Just take it.
A birdcage. I really like it. Thank you.
Well, it's nothing special. I just knew you'd love it if you were there. So
It's lovely.
sterling silver. This old woman makes them. There were all sorts, but I saw this one.
Well, thank you. Do you want a cuppa?
No, I just had a Red Bull.
Oh, you said you were going to cut back on those.
I know I will. It was just what. Anyway, it's nothing to do with you.
I know. Sorry. I was thinking maybe we could get a takeaway later.
Sure. Whatever you want.
A Chinese, maybe. We had Indian last week.
Fine.
Or a pizza?
I really don't care.
You okay?
Yes. Just get a pizza.
Okay. Well, we had a flyer through today from a new place on the high street. Hold on. I think it's here somewhere.
Oh,
I think they were called Giovanni's or something.
Hope. I need to talk to you.
If it's about the other night, it's all right. I understand. Things are stressful for you. I get that.
Well, that's another thing. I really shouldn't have done that.
Don't worry about it. It's almost gone.
It's just,
Forget about it. I have.
you know, when I was out today, I was thinking about you, about us and how we are. You'd have loved it today, you know. The sun was shining, the park was busy with kids playing and feeding the geese, people walking dogs and having picnics. In fact, there was this really cute little dog, really fluffy. You would have loved him.
Okay. And?
And I think you should have been there.
But that's not what we agreed. I'm fine here.
No, you're not.
Honestly, I am.
You think you're fine because I've convinced you you're fine. But I'm wrong, you're not. It's not good, it's not healthy.
What are you trying to say?
There's a whole world out there. A whole world, and you're not getting to see it because of me.
It's a dump out there. You've said it yourself. My world is here. I'm fine with how things are. Safe.
Safe. This isn't safe. All of this is dangerous. I could do anything and no one would ever know. I don't even know how it came to this. You shouldn't be here. You never should have been.
Look, we've been here before. You did what you did because it's how you are. How you're wired. I totally get that.
15, for God's sake. You were so pretty, so innocent and so trusting. But I lied to you. It was so easy, but you trusted me.
I do trust you.
Well, you shouldn't. Why the hell did you trust me? You didn't know me. Didn't your parents warn you about people like me? For God's sake, they had one job to do, one job, and they didn't even do that. If I had a daughter, I'd go out of my way to protect her.
I know, but they obviously didn't care. You do.
No, I don't. It's a lie. It's always been a lie. Lies, lies are so destructive. Lies led to where we are now. It wasn't planned or anything. It was just a decision I made in a moment. But once it was made, there was no going back.
I know. I understand all that. You've had no choice.
Yes, I did. I always had a choice. Stop being so fucking understanding. I had a choice and I chose this. Why would anyone in their right mind choose this? I can't do this anymore. I thought it would work.
It does work. We're happy, aren't we?
This isn't happiness. This is some sort of weird fucked up. I don't even know what this is.
I'm happy, so let's just leave it, okay? You're probably just having another off day.
Listen to me. It's not just today. It's been a while for now. I need help.
I can help.
Proper help from a professional.
Okay, we'll sort something out. We'll get you an appointment with someone. We're bound to find someone. A therapist or something. We'll get through this. Together?
Together. There is no together. There is no us. Don't you understand? This has got to be on my own.
Simon.
You have to go.
Why?
Because you shouldn't be here. You know that, for God's sake, Hope. Do you never listen to a word I say?
Don't get angry. I want to help.
The only way you can help is by going.
No. I want to stay. I'm not quitting now after all that we've been through together.
Go home.
But this is my home.
No, it's not.
It is. I love being with you. Believe me, you take care of me.
Go back to your family.
Can you ever imagine them welcoming me back with loving arms? They didn't give a stuff about me. They didn't even know I existed. It was all Lucy this and Lucy that. She was the apple of Dad's eye, the one he was always so goddamn proud of. Whilst anything I managed to achieve went unnoticed. Not even unnoticed. It was never good enough. You really could try be better, Hope. Why aren't you more like your sister? You were the one who rescued me, saved me from a lifetime of mundanity. You were my knight in shining armor. Simon, you did the right thing. There's no way I'm going back there.
Shut up. You have to go. You have to go. You're just saying all this. You hate me, you must. You need to take this and go right now. What the hell was I thinking? 15.
But Simon, don't, please.
Stop it. This isn't making it any easier. I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. I know that. You know that. To do what I did. Jesus Christ.
But that was then. Things are different now.
Are they?
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with me? You're just a kid, for Christ's sakes.
I'm 18 now. I can make my own choices.
No, you can't. You do whatever I allow you to do. That's the truth. For the past 3 years, I got some sort of sadistic kick out of knowing I could make you do whatever I say. And you do it. You just do it. You still do. You're scared of me. That's why you don't run.
That's not true. I stay here because it's my home. Our home.
I don't want you to be scared of me.
I'm not.
I took you. I forced you to be here with me, to do things you didn't want to do.
That's not true.
You just let me.
I could have gone any time if I wanted to. You didn't lock me in.
Then why didn't you?
What difference would it make? You'd have come after me and found me easy enough. You knew where I lived and you knew where I went to school. And if not me, then some other girl would be here in my place. Someone who wouldn't care about you the way I do. You just need love and understanding, Simon. And that's why I'm still here.
You don't deserve this. You really don't. Such a good person. I had no right depriving you of so much. You should have been in the park feeding the geese today. You should be out with your friends enjoying life. I took all that from you. 3 years of freedom and experiences. You'd be in college now or something. You'd probably studying something clever. You could be anything. No matter how I feel, I can't do this to you any longer. I've packed a few things. There's some money that should help cover a taxi.
Stop it, Simon.
Go.
I don't want to.
You need to get out. Now.
Please.
Now.
Don't do this. I love you. I know you love me too. You're making a big mistake.
Why won't you do what I just say? Just get out, please.
No.
Get out now before I...
Then do it. I would rather you did that than made me leave. I don't want to go back. There's nothing to go back to, and I can't be without you. I swear, if you make me go, I'll do it to myself.
What? Shit, you can't just say that. I can't do this.
I need you, Simon, to take care of me, keep me safe.
I'm evil.
You're not. You're the most beautiful, wonderful person in the world. You're thoughtful and kind. You need me as much as I need you.
Please stop it. You're a stupid, naive little girl that's being brainwashed into thinking all this is okay. But it's not. You know it's not. You're not that stupid. Is this some sort of sixth game you're playing? You're enjoying this, aren't you? Making me squirm, making me spell it out to you. The biggest mistake I made was seeing you that day, watching you, following you, and now you were 15, for fuck's sake, a child. You made it so easy for me, the way you were dressed, your smile, your flirty laugh. You lot know what you're doing, you're whores. You ruined my life. You turned me into this monster. You killed me. You bitch. You need to get out of here. Get out of my fucking life. I hate you.
I live.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Why I need to do this? Why am I so fucking messed up? What sort of a sick bastard does what I did? You're so young, so innocent, and I stole that from you. I needed power over someone else. I'm obviously so weak and pathetic that I would stoop to vile actions just to feel some sense of value. What a complete and utter piece of shit. Ron, I can't live with this mind, this poisonous mind that turns everything wonderful to shit. This world will be better off without me. You'd be better off without me. You must really hate me for everything I've done to you. I'm sorry. God, I'm so fucking sorry. If there was a way back, a way you could forgive me, I'm so sorry. I really don't deserve you. I really don't. Your understanding and your compassion and your love. What do I do now? It's all I have left.
Well, what would you do if you never even had that? Lies, Simon. Lies are so destructive.
Thank you. Well done, guys.
Yeah, very good.
Are you all right? I was going to say Simon. David, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh my God, he's really beating himself up here. Katie, well done. Fantastic. And welcome to the group. Both of you new. That was lovely. Thank you very much.
I'll just stick into the mix. I seem to have spent the day at work spending with some right screwed up individuals. I've had them all out today. And boy, you really rang true. Well done. I need a rest now, but well done.
I wish nice happy characters would go through my head sometimes. Lovely. And I think you really got that idea of what's the word, like oppression and things, you know, within that flat. That was lovely. Thank you. We are going to move on to Tea with Violet, which is written by Paul Daly and performed by Michelle Jennings and Karina Haycox.
Mrs. Cray! Mrs. Cray, look, we know you're in there, so can you please open the door?
All right. Keep your hair on. I'm coming. Can I help you?
I'm looking for Ronald and Reginald Cray.
And who might you be? An ex-girlfriend?
I'm Inspector Pauline Brake.
Blimey. A woman copper. And an inspector too. Never seen one of them before.
Are they here, Mrs. Cray?
Mrs. Cray. That's nice. Respectful like. Not something I'm used to from you lot.
Fortunately, some of us do still remember our manners, Mrs. Cray.
Oh, I like you. You can come again.
Thank you. Can I come in?
Oh, why not? And you can call me Violet.
Thank you, Violet. I'm Pauline.
Pauline. Now, that's a nice name, friendly like.
I apologise for the late hour, Mrs. Cray. Sorry. I mean Violet. Now, Ron and Reggie, where are they?
Sorry, love. You've just missed them. Left about 5 minutes ago, going up west, they said.
They've been here all night, I suppose.
Of course they have. Been here all night watching telly with their old mum.
They didn't slip out at all?
Slip out?
Up to Whitechapel, the Blind Beggar pub.
The Blind Beggar in Whitechapel? No, that's not one of their usual boozers. Like I say, they've been here with me all night.
I see. Two men fitting Ronnie and Reggie's description were seen around the Blind Beggar pub earlier this evening.
No, must be a mistake. Not my boys. Like I say, they've been here with me all night.
Any idea which club they've gone to?
Haven't a clue. You know, boys, could be any of them.
Did they say when they'd be back?
Back? Oh, it could be any time. I ain't seen you before. You knew?
Just moved down.
Ah, that'll be the accent then.
Oldham.
Oh, what?
Anyone else with your sons?
Not that I know of, no.
Were they in a car?
Sorry, love, I wouldn't know.
Anyone else in the house?
Just Charlie,
Charlie?
my old man. Oh, away to the world he is, out like a light.
Well, sorry to disturb you. Best be getting off.
Like a cuppa? Tea. Cup of tea, love. Kettle's just boiled.
No. Best let you get back to bed.
Bed? No. I'll be up till my boys get home. Can't sleep till I know my boys are safely tucked up.
Thanks, I best be off.
You all right, love?
Sorry. It's me driver. He's left me.
They'll do that, love.
What's that?
Mess with you. It's 'cause you're a woman, see? Don't like it. You doing a man's job. Women ain't supposed to be a boss.
Not my fault I'm a better copper than them.
That's a spirit, love. Pity that's not the way the world works, though, is it? Yeah, bugger the lot of them. Let's have that tea. You got kids?
2 boys. Yeah, boys.
They with you?
No, they're back home with their dad.
Not fancy it then?
What's that?
Moving to London?
Oh, well, eldest is about to join the army and the other one works for council.
What about your old man?
It's complicated.
Oh, it always is, love. Nothing's easy in this world. Do you miss them?
Every day.
I'd be lost if I didn't see my boys.
It doesn't bother you? Your boys and what they do?
Do? Sorry, love, I don't know what you mean.
Well, not exactly innocents, are they?
My boys? Good as gold. You'll hear no complaints from anyone round here. They do what they have to do.
And what's that then?
They put bread on the table and look after their family.
No matter what?
It's a dangerous world out there. You're new here, so I'll give you some advice. People round here, they look after one another. They do what they have to do to get by.
At what price?
Price? Price, sorry, love, you've got me there.
There's a man, George Connell. He's been shot dead at the Blind Beggar pub tonight. I don't think his family will be so understanding.
George Connell? Is that who copped it?
You know him?
Everyone knows George Connell.
I'm sorry, am I missing something?
You think my boys had something to do with the shooting that nasty piece of work?
Well, we'd like to talk to him about it, yes.
Then you better bring in half the East End. The man was filth. I know lots of people who'd love to have pulled the trigger on George Connell.
Like to give me any names?
And be a grass? I don't think so, love.
What about your boys? They must know something about this.
No, not my boys. They're businessmen, not involved in that lark.
So what larks are Ronnie and Reggie involved in these days?
You'd have to ask them, love. I've got no idea about business. I'm just a woman. They got a club, see? It's doing very well, I'm told. Lots of famous people go there. I've been once or twice myself. It's very swish. My boys have done very well for themselves.
And what about your other boy?
Charlie takes after his dad. Good as gold is my Charlie.
Perfect little family then, is it, Violet?
Nothing's perfect, Inspector.
What? No girls? Is that it? Only boys?
Violet,
Pardon?
I had a little girl. Called her Violet after her mother. Perfect little thing she was. My Charlie was so happy. Only had her a couple of hours.
I'm so sorry.
Why? It's not your fault. Just wasn't to be. You ever lost a child?
No.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I've never known pain like it. So pretty. So perfect. And just like that, gone. I wouldn't believe him at first. Wouldn't let her go. I thought she was sleeping. Said to Charlie, do something. Bless him. He stood there, a big daft face full of tears. Oh, broke my heart, it did. I said to my Charlie after that, Charlie, I said, I'll never go through that again.
I'm sorry, Violet.
Oh, don't be. Not your fault. Besides, a few years later, I got my beautiful boys to look after. So I ain't had time to dwell on it. Sugar?
Sorry?
In your tea?
Oh, no, sorry. Thank you.
Sweet enough, eh? I can tell.
Only ever been the two boys. They're Kenny and Lawrence. Kenny's the one in the army.
Oh, my boys were in the army for a bit.
What happened?
Didn't work out. So how did you end up here then?
Passed my exams, saw a vacancy and applied.
Not many women doing as good as you, though, is there?
Not yet, but give it time.
What you have to do?
What do you mean?
Pretty girl like you, come on.
It doesn't work like that.
Don't make me laugh. Of course it does. You're a woman. How did you get to be a police inspector?
I worked hard.
I bet you did. He must have been pretty high up. Who was he? A superintendent, chief constable?
Told you, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, love. Do you think I was born yesterday? Everyone knows you should be at home, ironing your husband's shirt, making his tea, having his babies. But no, you're here in Bethnal Green on a murder inquiry. Takes some doing that, love. And you ain't letting nobody put you in your place.
What? Like you mean? Know your place, do you?
Nothing wrong with keeping a family home.
I agree.
So why aren't you doing it instead of trying to find out who shot George Connell?
It's not for me. I like me job.
More than your family?
My family always comes first.
And so do mine.
I should be off. Back to the station.
Well, don't you want to stay and meet the boys?
I'm sure we'll catch up eventually.
Do you think if you'd had a girl, you'd be sitting here right now?
Probably not.
No. Girls need their mums. And mums need to be around their girls.
My Jerry, that's my husband, said 2 was enough.
So your husband decided?
Said we couldn't afford any more.
My Charlie said we could have as many as I like. But it wasn't the same after my Violet. That was until the twins came along. Oh, they were like a breath of fresh air. A miracle. 2 beautiful boys. Oh, imagine. I'd do anything for them boys. And they'd do anything for me. They are lovely, lovely boys.
A lot of people would disagree with you there.
Oh, they're just jealous. I always said to my boys, you be whatever you want to be. Don't let anyone say you can't do anything.
Well, I've certainly taken you at your word.
I'm proud of my boys. They ain't done nothing to be ashamed of.
Violet, your boys are violent criminals.
Says who?
Says the law.
Ha! The law. Everyone knows some coppers ain't as honest as they make out they are.
We're not all bent.
You didn't say you were. Just that some of you play both sides.
That's bent as far as I'm concerned.
Nothing wrong with helping friends.
There's a difference
But
to
you'd
just...
know all about that, wouldn't you?
There is a
Love?
difference to just turning a blind eye.
Oh, love, is there? Where's the arm? As long as no one's getting hurt.
That's it. They are.
Only wrong uns, love. Only wrong uns. If you think you're going to ride in here on your white horse and clean up the East End, you're going to be very disappointed. We've all got pasts, and nothing's what it seems. It'll all come out in the end. The good guys turn out to be not so good, and the bad guys, well, they get what's coming to them. They won't be missed. Ask George Connell's missus.
You might be right. I don't know who's who anymore.
Or what's what? You people see my Reggie and Ronnie differently than I do.
Violet, your sons, they hurt people.
Says who? You give a dog a bad name and it sticks. That's what's happened to my boys. Anyone ever say something about you that's not true? What's funny?
Nobody likes me at the station. Why is a woman doing a man's job? That's what they're all saying. Of course, they don't say it to my face. So they just take the piss behind my back and play little tricks.
That's men for you. Like I said, they feel threatened.
They send me on all the shitty jobs or on wild goose chases. Or like tonight, drive off and leave me. They think it's funny. I think they hope that I'll get beaten up or I'll go missing.
And that would be handy. You going missing after dropping you off coming here? Something else that they could blame my Ronnie and Reggie for?
Well, I wouldn't put anything past some of the characters I've come across. They're trying to grind me down. They think if they pull these stunts, they'll scare me, or I'll put in for a transfer or run off back to Oldham.
That's not going to happen, though, is it, love?
No, I can't. Even if I wanted to. I've burnt too many bridges.
Is it worth it? To prove a point?
Do you think I'm here to prove a point? That a woman can do a man's job? Be a woman copper in the East End?
You tell me, love.
You know how hard it is to be a woman in the police force.
It's not my cup of tea, love, that's for sure.
Treat you like shit.
I can imagine.
You get to sergeant and that's a miracle.
You must be very special then, or had a guardian angel. Which was it?
Both. I'm a bloody good copper.
It's not enough though, is it, love?
Never enough.
What you have to do.
You name it.
Oh, love, and you let them.
You wouldn't understand. I had no choice.
Bit like my boys then. Still, like I tell them, you've always got a choice, love.
You ever been to Oldham?
Can't be any worse than the East End. I've found in my life, you do what you have to do to survive.
And is that what you think I'm doing?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, love. I just know my boys. Tea's going cold.
Jerry, my husband, said he wanted no more kids. So I was stuck at home, bored. I saw this advert for the police and it said they were looking for a woman. So I thought I'd give it a go.
Well, somebody's got to, I suppose.
The inspector took a shine to me. Then he starts giving me the come on. Says he can help me get on. Like I say, there were nothing going on at home, so I thought, why not?
And was it worth it?
For a bit. Got me to sergeant. Then he said for a night with him and his mate, the chief constable, I could get an inspector's post. I just had to convince them I was worth it.
Why did you do it?
Because I'm a bloody good copper, that's why. I was wasted helping old Grans cross the road or directing traffic, and my boss knew that. But he wasn't going to promote me, not if there was something in it for him.
Oh, love.
So you see, Violet, I will do anything and anyone to get what I want, and that includes taking in your Ron and Reggie.
Whenever you're passing.
Thanks for the tea.
You like my boys. You've got a lot in common.
Maybe.
Well done.
Definitely well done. Yeah.
Very well performed. Fantastic. And two great roles.
Lovely.
All of you there.
Thank you, Paul.
All of us were going, give us a go. Give us a go.
No, that was lovely. Thank you for that. Really enjoyed it.
Good.
Is that Paul?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. It was great. It was a lovely piece. Really lovely. Great
Absolutely
characters.
loved it. Thank you.
You did a great job. You really did. Really
Thank you.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Great script, great performance. And we are going to soldier on. I reckon we'll be finished before past. So we've next got Dark and Stormy by John Mabie and performed by Claire Almond and Julie Campbell.
And that's the thing about these movies and such. I mean, they're not true. No one ever talks like that. Do you know anybody who walks around giving monologues, saying things like, it was dark and stormy when she walked into my life? Hello, metaphor, much. Just a bunch of hooey exposition. I've never met anybody who just goes around monologuing on a dark and stormy night. Jeez, it's cloudy. I think it's going to start raining too. You ain't got to be scared. I agreed to listen and I will. If I wanted you hurt, you'd be hurt. For now, it's not like I enjoy what I do. All right, fair enough. That's a bunch of hooey. I do enjoy, and I'm not sorry. A job's a job. You could have been anyone, so don't make it personal. We're all just getting by. And it's your own fault, really, Bradley. Carter drives a bike around town, takes mother to church every Sunday, volunteers on the weekends. You're all American as homemade apple pie. But folks are never just one thing. Bradley's also a nightclub singer with a big secret. So what was it? Bought yourself something nice and couldn't afford it? Gambling debts? All they told me is you didn't pay up. And I only get paid when people aren't true to their word. I just bought my mum a nice shiny new black car. You know what she says to me? Asks if I stole it. I just laugh and say, I bought it with hard cash. But I didn't have the money, she asks. And I say, I'll work as an encourager. Encourage what? She says. I look her right in the eye. I encourage people to be true.
What does hooey mean?
Means nonsense.
Why not just say that instead?
Because it's a funny word, and funny words disarm people.
Of?
Anxiety. The heebie-jeebies. See, just did it again.
That's kind of you.
Not really. Gives me the upper hand when you're disarmed. Something tells me you're not going to last long in this town.
Don't look at me like that. I'm not helpless.
Never said you were. A helpless person wouldn't have had the guts to leave that note for me. Oh, you're not helpless. Dim-witted, maybe.
Hey!
One thing I can't figure is how you knew I'd find it, the note.
I noticed you following me. I expected someone would after I missed the payment. Just wanted a chance to talk to you first, woman to woman.
What makes you think you can trust me?
Because maybe someone who believes in truth might listen.
Nice one. And that's exactly why monologuing doesn't work. The more folks know about you, the more they can hurt you.
That sounds lonely.
Better lonely than dead.
I need your help, Zoe.
You need help because of me, not from me.
Please.
So that's what all this is about, eh? A plea for help? You got to be kidding, Lydia. How do you know my name?
Huh?
You called me Zoe.
Oh, don't be mad.
A little late for that.
You're not the only one who knows how to follow. After I realized who you were, I did some checking of my own.
Checking?
I discovered a lot about you, actually. I'm not the only one who takes their mother to lunch. Although I could never afford mine a new black Buick.
Conversation's over.
Wait, I asked you not to get mad.
Request denied.
I'm just saying that I know things about you too. Things that I discovered that your employers might not like. Such as that garage on 5th, where you have 2 more cars stashed away. And that storage place downtown where you have like 10 padlocks on the door or whatever it is you don't want people to see. And
None of that was ever stolen. The money used to procure such items may be suspect, but that's another story.
I'm saying we can help each other. The way I see it, we both have things we don't.
You don't get to threaten me. You're just a nightclub singer.
None of us is ever just one thing, remember? And right now we both have things we'd like to stay hidden.
You're playing a dangerous game.
Maybe I like to gamble.
Guess that answers my earlier question. Usually I can spot a gambling addict among other kinds.
As well as you spot surveillance. That one was risky. Wasn't sure if we were at the joking around stage yet.
Your way of disarming me?
Only fair.
Fine. So, tell me this brilliant plan of how you're blackmailing me.
It's not blackmail. I'm not a blackmailer. Although there is a letter addressed to your employers in case anything should happen to me tonight.
That's the definition of blackmail.
What is it with you and words?
Just tell me the plan.
Your employer wants their money, right? Money that I don't have yet. And I want to stay alive with all my limbs in working order, preferably.
Go on.
Well, with the money you've obviously already stolen from them.
Skimmed.
Okay, with the money you've skimmed, you could pay off my debt for me. And in return, I keep my mouth shut about you.
For a gambler, Bradley, you've overplayed your hand. Why wouldn't I just get rid of you now? Take my chances with this supposed letter.
Because I'd like to think our recent rapport might make that difficult.
You're overestimating your cuteness.
Oh, you think I'm cute?
Doesn't matter. I'm monogamous and already in love with money.
Okay, Then what if I pay you back the entire debt with interest, but on my own time and with no breaking of bones?
On a singer's salary? No, thank you.
I make good tips. I'm very charming. And maybe I could even help you with your work as part of the deal.
You couldn't handle my work. Don't seem the breaking bones type.
Oh, not with that. No, I mean with your surveillance, background work, all of that stuff.
A life of crime?
Not exactly, more like crime adjacent, dipping my toes in the crime pool. Truth be told, I liked surveilling you. It was fun. I'm kind of good at it too.
I work alone.
But just imagine if you didn't have to. Makes me think of people who go into business together, set up shop, put a shingle on the door, even business cards. Ads in the paper, some catchy jingle for the radio. I'd sing, of course. Just picture it, you and me at desks while our secretary answers calls and books appointments and...
What? We have an office now? A secretary? A jingle?
You could specialize in the field work while I do the preliminary recon. Do you know how to read spreadsheets? I love making spreadsheets.
Oh, don't stop it. There's no office or secretary or spreadsheets or even you and me. No one in my line of work sets up shop. What I do isn't exactly legal.
Well, it could be. Not the breaking bones part, but all your other skills are transferable. Basically, you're just like a private investigator, a PI who breaks bones, but a PI nonetheless.
Are you for real?
Yes, real and true. And this is actually a great idea.
No offense, but I'm not going into business with a gambling addict.
Said the woman who enjoys breaking bones.
Fair.
Think of it, Zoe. Just imagine the possibilities.
I gotta go.
I know. Time to take your mom to dinner, right? Told you I was good.
I got some money, enough to pay off your debt, but I want that letter destroyed.
Oh, there's no letter. Just a bluff. I should probably wait to say that until you agree to the deal. Rewind?
You're so strange.
You say that like it's a good thing.
I can't believe I'm actually considering this.
I can. I'm very persuasive. See, another of my talents.
We barely even know each other.
But we have chemistry.
Explosions are caused by chemistry.
And so are life-saving medicines. All sorts of wonderful things that give you hope. And that's what I need right now. Maybe you do too. It was dark and stormy when she walked into my life.
Thank you very much. David's having his dinner there. I was doing it while the camera was off. And Luna's there, yay!
Yay.
That was really enjoyable. Actors, how did you feel working on that?
Because we only had one rehearsal, it was a bit of a stretch, but and it
What
was
would you do if you had more time or you were going to produce this actually on stage?
Well, obviously a lot more walking around, a lot more physical, a lot more threatening, and also more interplay because the relationship moves throughout the piece. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a piece that you need to be in the same space and around each other. But that was really well done. Seems so restricting, isn't it? But at least we still get to hear the pieces. John, how did you feel?
I enjoyed that so much. I thought the performances were brilliant. I was forgetting you weren't in the same space. I thought the chemistry was great. And yeah, you really brought it to life so well. Thank you.
Well, thank you, John.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I feel like I wanted to see it. I wanted to see you moving around, and actually in. Were you in a graveyard or a
Yes.
churchyard?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
That's a really good backdrop as well. So it's very atmospheric piece. Fabulous.
Absolutely.
And we are going to end the evening with, give him a little highlighter, The Trial of Prince Charming by Pamela Morgan. She was going to try her hardest to get here, but did think she wouldn't be able to. And this is with Terry and Kerry. Oh, is Kerry here?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he is.
Yay, I didn't tick you off.
I just haven't put my screen on yet.
Fabulous. I'll get out the way then. So, Trial of Prince Charming.
Tell me again, Cindy, in your own words, the events that led up to my client allegedly stalking and assaulting you.
Well, I was getting ready to go to the party with my...
What party?
The prince's party.
So, you willingly attended his party?
Of course I did. The whole kingdom was invited, but I didn't have anything to wear. My sisters weren't letting
Your
me...
sisters?
Well, stepsisters.
Let the record show that the witness comes from a broken home.
No, my mother's dead.
Oh, correction. Let the record show that the witness has no reputable female example in her household. Continue.
My stepsisters wouldn't let me borrow a gown. They didn't want me to go.
Why in the realm would your dear stepsisters not want you to go?
They were afraid I'd meet someone and marry before they did.
So, there you are. No gown, no party. Whatever did you do?
Some friends made a gown for me.
Some friends made a gown for you?
Yes.
And how exactly in the span of a day did these friends make you a gown?
Well, they borrowed things.
What kind of things?
Beads, scraps of material they found in a bin, some lace or ribbon, nothing anybody would miss or was using. Rubbish, mostly.
So, these friends stole from whom?
Well, it wasn't stealing exactly. They took from my stepsisters.
Ah, I see. If it please the court, I would like to submit the character witnesses of Stacey Andries Tremaine.
Where'd you get those?
Both reputable and upstanding young ladies have gone into quite a deal on the true nature of this witness in their personal diaries, and I quote, "My stepsister is a lazy orphan who does nothing but lie, steal, and cavort with beasts of all kinds."
None of that is true. I work hard. And the birds are my friends.
The same friends that made up your gown?
Yes.
Let the record show that these Talon tailors are not only thieves but feathered fiends. Stacey and Driz Tremaine are both permanently blinded by these avian assailants.
No, but I had no control over that. I'm not the one on trial here.
Yes, so you say. Well, very well, let's proceed. So, you attended the party in this foul fashion?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No, because when my stepsisters saw that my friends had made me, they destroyed it.
You mean they reclaimed their stolen goods? So, did you steal another gown?
No.
Oh, did you attend the party naked?
No.
Then where did you get your gown and glass slippers?
From my fairy godmother.
A fairy godmother?
Yes. She heard me crying and came to my aid. She gave me a gown, a beautiful gown, blue and sparkling and magical, with matching glass slippers. I never felt so lovely in all my life.
Oh, how romantic. I suppose she had a carriage with a team of horses to whisk you off to the party as well.
Well, yeah, she did.
Did you think to question where she obtained these items?
No, I didn't. I thought they were...
Borrowed?
No,
Did she want them back?
she didn't really say.
Stolen, perhaps?
No.
This fairy godmother appears out of nowhere in your time of need and gifts you a gown, slippers, a horse and carriage, and you don't think to ask where they came from.
They were magical.
Magical, right. Let the record show that the witness consorts with deviant characters.
She's not deviant. She's good and kind, and she turned me into a princess.
Turned you into a princess?
Well, she made me appear to be as beautiful as...
You're saying you attended this party under false pretenses?
No, I'm not saying that.
Did you lie to get in?
No, I didn't lie. I simply told him.
Are you or are you not a princess? Let the record show that the witness is not a princess and led the prince to believe that she was.
I did not.
Very well. How about this version? This nefarious godmother took advantage of you. A poor, wretched innocent. She dressed you in seductive clothes, plied you with gifts and promises, used you to get what she wanted. You couldn't have possibly known what her intentions were.
Her intentions?
To inflame my client into acts of, well, alleged acts of delinquency.
Delinquency?
Alleged delinquency.
That night at the party, he stalked me.
You dressed in a magical gown and thought you wouldn't attract the attention of my client.
But I didn't dress up to attract attention.
Then why dress up at all?
I dressed up for myself. And your client wouldn't leave me alone. He kept anyone else from dancing with me, had his guards surround me and isolate me from the other guests. It was terrifying.
He sounds attentive and responsive to a young woman alone at the party.
He was creepy and I had to escape to get away.
Did you tell him you wanted to leave?
No, if I had...
Tell him to leave you alone?
I was afraid to.
Say you wanted space.
No, I...
Tell him no. Clearly and distinctly, so as not to leave any room for confusion.
Don't know how.
It's 2 simple letters, Princess. It isn't that hard. And despite his alleged abuse, you return the next 2 nights.
Well, I wasn't going to let him keep me from enjoying the festivities.
If you were truly afraid, then why in the realm did you return? Shouldn't you have been sufficiently terrified into staying home?
I was terrified by that so-called prince. I still am. Well, you have no idea what it feels like to be treated like a thing, like an object to be obtained, like fresh meat to be devoured. He set a trap for me that last night. Did your client tell you that? Tar, on the steps. He was trying to capture me. I barely got away. Even then he wouldn't give up. He stalked me night and day. And he enjoyed it. It was a game to him, some sick, twisted perversion of courtship, dragging every woman in the kingdom out to lord his power over them, and make them all bow and scrape and curtsy, and yes, even wish to be his property. Like my stepsisters, who let him talk them into mutilating their bodies, cutting off parts of their toes and heels in order to fit my glass slipper. No, in order to please him. He knew they weren't who he was looking for, and yet he let them do it anyway. Who dared to ask me why I wasn't cowering at home? He had no right to treat me that way. You have no right to treat me this way. I have every right to wear what I want to to attend any ball and dance with anyone I wish, or not, because I am a person. I'm a woman who has worth and value. He forgot that. You forgot that. I do not, and I will not stand to be blamed and accused for his crimes.
Alleged crimes. I suppose I can't argue with that, but I do have one more question. The glass slipper.
What about it?
Why did you leave it on the steps?
The tar. It was stuck and I had to flee.
And the other slipper?
I kept it.
Why in the realm did you keep it?
Well, it was all I had left to prove that any of it happened.
Oh, I think you wanted to be found.
Why would I?
You left him one slipper on the stairs and the match stayed with you. One of a kind pair. Rather convenient, wouldn't you say? Admit it. You wanted him to find you.
No, that's not true.
Let the record show that the witness admits to leading my client on a chase without his consent. Next time, Princess, I suggest you stay at home and clean the fireplace like a good little girl. Oh, and my client has a proposal for you.
A proposal?
You really ought to say yes, or else he'll pursue charges for defamation of character, impersonating royalty, and the matter of the avian assault on your darling sisters.
Stepsisters.
You don't want to spend the rest of your youth tied up in litigation and paying off excessive fines, do you? No further questions, Your Honour. I think we're done here. Oh, I have another case too, Your Honour. My client is assaulted by some little girl in a red cloak. Oh, it's pretty cut and dry.
No.
Did you say no?
2 simple letters. It isn't that hard. N-O. No. Oh, I won't marry him to make this go away. No, I won't be silent and comply. And no, I won't be a good little girl who does what she's told in order to make my life easier or his more comfortable. Somewhere out there, right now, is some young princess being read a story of a prince come to whisk her away into a happily ever after. We've allowed her to believe that her consent is not important. I don't care if I spend a lifetime of clawing my way out of these circumstances. If it saves that one child from believing she has no say in her life, I do have a say. Guilty as charged.
Yay!
That was good. I like that.
Very good.
And Pamela was going, I'm not going to be able to make it. Will you record? Will you record? I think she's going to be really, really pleased with that.
That was lovely.
That was lovely, yeah.
It was fantastic. And a lovely note, a really good, strong female to end with, and a message there for all those princesses being read their fairy stories. How did that feel? I love the wig, Kerry.
Well, now she's finished, I think she should go off and do some cooking.
Oh,
I love this character. I really do.
I really enjoyed the twists in that storyline to take a look at that perspective, and it's almost in honour of the original darker side of the fairy tales.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
it. Agree.
Absolutely. It's like we moved away from it and we're just reminding everybody that they're not as nice as you think.
They're grim.
They are indeed.
Oh, any experience with the darker side of fairy tales there?
Yeah. I was going to say you're going to really appreciate it because Megan was a sister who mutilated her feet. And we are going to be joined. I really hope as many of you as possible can come again tomorrow night. I know it's taking up your Friday and Saturday, but we'll see Terry again playing that role, and
It's gonna
maybe
be
should.
very different tomorrow though, because it's very different. It's American for a start, and it's very different style tomorrow.
That'd be really. I think this is great. Getting to see people doing it different, either different casts or performing different roles, or performing the same role but differently
Very
with a different
interesting.
partner as well. So that's great. One thing, Terry, though, if you use the ring a little bit higher, because I saw it was there, but it was like right down here. So
Okay, I'll use it up here because I've got the script in front of me, so I can't see what I'm doing on the screen.
That was the only thing that you going.
I don't know where the ring's gone. I have to try and find it, and lobbed it over the top of the computer. So
that was another thing. You lobbed it. I went, you'll never find that now. That was
I'll just walk
really
around
enjoyable.
barefoot. I'll find it in no time.
Amongst Lego. Any comments before we go on tonight's pieces as a collective?
Just well done, everybody.
Yeah, it was
Good,
brilliant.
enjoy it?
Well
And
done, everyone.
such a wide variety of different plays and fantastic acting and just brilliant.
Really, really good.
It's been really interesting to see when people have thought about strong women, to me, like where they've gone with it. Everyone's sort of gone somewhere very different.
Yeah,
But there-
absolutely. Sometimes
yeah.
it's in what they say. Sometimes it's the role that they're playing. You know, it's like with Hope. It always seemed like it was Simon because he had all the dialogue, but actually she was the stronger one in the end. So it's really interesting. And as I say, we're going to see the same pieces in a different order, different actors playing different roles tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you very much for your evening. Thank you, writers, for your scripts, and actors for your talents.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.